Did you know? The assassination that sparked the war. The war began with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary and his wife Sophie in Sarajevo on June 28, 1914, by Gavrilo Princip, a Bosnian Serb nationalist. This event set off a chain reaction of alliances and declarations of war, ultimately leading to World War I. Trench warfare. World War I is often associated with trench warfare, where soldiers dug elaborate systems of trenches to protect themselves from enemy fire. These trenches stretched for hundreds of miles across the Western Front and made progress slow and difficult. Chemical warfare. World War I witnessed the first large-scale use of chemical weapons, including chlorine and mustard gas. These deadly gases caused suffering and death on a horrifying scale and led to the development of gas masks for protection. Involvement of many nations. The war involved more than 30 countries from around the world, making it a truly global conflict. The major alliances were the Allies, including France, Russia, and the United Kingdom, and the Central Powers, including Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire. War at sea. The war saw significant naval battles, including the Battle of Jutland in 1916, where the British Royal Navy clashed with the German High Seas Fleet in the North Sea. It was one of the largest naval battles in history. End of empires. World War I marked the downfall of several empires, including the Ottoman Empire, Austro-Hungarian Empire, and Russian Empire. The war contributed to the collapse of these long-standing imperial powers. The Christmas Truce. In December 1914, along parts of the Western Front, troops from both sides declared unofficial truces to celebrate Christmas. Soldiers from opposing trenches exchanged greetings, sang carols, and even played soccer. It was a brief moment of humanity amid the brutal war. Role of women. World War I had a profound impact on the role of women in society. With many men away at the front, women took on new responsibilities in factories, offices, and other areas traditionally dominated by men. This contributed to the women's suffrage movement and broader social changes. Treaty of Versailles. The war officially ended on June 28, 1919, with the signing of the Treaty of Versailles. This treaty imposed heavy penalties and territorial losses on Germany, which some historians argue contributed to the conditions that led to World War II. One interesting fact about World War I is the use of carrier pigeons as a means of communication during the war. These pigeons were highly trained and carried important messages across enemy lines when other forms of communication were unreliable or insecure. Carrier pigeons were valued for their speed and ability to navigate over long distances. They were used by both the Allies and the Central Powers to send messages back to headquarters or to coordinate activities in the field. These pigeons played a crucial role in maintaining communication, especially when telephone lines were cut or radio transmissions were intercepted. One of the most famous carrier pigeons of World War I was Cher Amy, a pigeon used by the U.S. Army Signal Corps. Cher Amy successfully delivered a critical message that saved the lives of nearly 200 soldiers who were trapped behind enemy lines. Despite being wounded during the mission, Cher Amy's determination and bravery made it a symbol of heroism during the war. The use of carrier pigeons during World War I highlights the creative and unconventional methods employed during the conflict, where technology and innovation met the challenges of warfare in the early 20th century.